Hey guys, we are back, and the next game is gonna be Moon once again versus LawLiet. So,
Yeah, the
according,
first Night of Mirror we're
yeah,
seeing today. And LawLiet, man, he has been pulling off some crazy, ingenious moves pretty much. Just a week ago, I think it was, against, god damn it, I'm forgetting right now. Was it Czech? Who was he playing against with the Invisible Demon Hunter and
oh,
stuff?
that was Shishi.
Against Shishi, exactly. This was kind of this stalemate situation. None of the two players wanted to move out of their base to start fighting and stuff. And LawLiet, man, had those brilliant ideas, including double Chimera ruse that were both hidden into mass Chimera production and dropping the main with Zeppelin while Invisible Demon Hunter is blocking. So LawLiet, man, he has definitely been putting in the effort. He has been doing his homework, and he has quite a few tricks up his sleeve. But Moon, he's quite a tricky player himself. He might not be as easily fooled as some other people might be.
So,
No sound. Maybe. Is that possible that we're muted?
no, we're not.
Okay.
At least, as far as I know, everything should be correct.
Well, everything's in order then. The players are doing the vetoes right now, so we will be heading into our games very, very shortly. And Neo, do you still want to go for some predictions, or are you too afraid to make those anymore after this day of upsets?
I am pretty damn sure that LawLiet is gonna win this, but this is just a feeling of my gut. But I got some statistics. These players actually meet 3 times in the past 4-5 months. At WCA, LawLiet won 2-0. At Golden Championship, Moon got the revenge with a 2-1, and then in the TWCL Constellation Final, Yoss and I casted it. It was a 4-3 victory for LawLiet, but it was super duper close. I think every single map could have had a different outcome because the games were so close. So my gut says LawLiet, but I can't really make a prediction.
I would go for LawLiet as well, but who am I to, I don't think I can predict this anymore. Well, it seems like the 3 maps we have remaining are Ancient Isle, Secret Valley, and Turtle Rock, and unsurprisingly, LawLiet got rid of Twisted Meadows. Moon and Twisted Meadows, that's just a special combination. That's like Blade Master and Critical Strike, you can't separate the two. And we're going to be heading into it very shortly. As you guys just saw in our break screen, Reprisal is now in a really, really good position. He has, I think it was 4 wins and 1 loss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's correct.
exactly. 4 wins and 1 loss. Czech on the very bottom. So Czech with 1 win and 4 losses. Looking a little bit disappointing, honestly. Especially Jaws was putting a lot of hope into him, but is he out already yet for sure? I don't think so. I guess if he wins everything that's remaining, he still has a chance. But yeah, chances are very, very slim. Our 2 players, Moon, standing 2-1 or 3-1? It was 3-1, right?
Moon is 3-1, yes.
3-1. So Moon is looking pretty damn solid. Still has good chances. LawLiet 2-2. So that's an important game right now for him to stay in the running.
Indeed, I think if he loses it, LawLiet, this will be super duper hard to come back. LawLiet's remaining program is versus Moon here. Next map versus Lin is also gonna be hard. Then he faces Remind, and in the final match he places Minyuk. So we can assume that he wins Minyuk, but the 3 Night of Mirrors are basically like rolling a dice.
Yeah, but don't you think that LawLiet is probably the strongest Knight of Mirror player of them all?
No, I think Remind is usually.
Nah, but not currently.
Not today. Probably not today.
Not today. I have some statistics that say that LawLiet has never won against Remind.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of sick. Maybe it's like this kind of nemesis kind of thing when you have a mentor and you can barely overcome him at some point.
It's some kind of a huge respect.
Yeah, this is like pretty damn tough. But still, I think on WCA Grand Final ground, he was like second best behind Mr. Rich. This was also due to the fact that Rich had a sick performance and Moon was like he had a few plays that just like caused a little bit of trouble for him. And yeah, but I still think like I'm still favoring LawLiet heavily in that matchup. I think he will definitely overcome Moon.
Do you want to do the player sheet thingy, or are we skipping on that one?
Nope, we're gonna do it. My sheets are here. The first player, of course, Moon Jung Jae-ho. We saw him in the match against Lin. He's in a good position. 3 wins, 1 loss. Of course, a huge achievement. The most highly decorated Warcraft player of all time. His recent results, his big comeback was a bit disappointing. Only the group stage for WCA he lost to LawLiet and War Chief there. The Golden Championship Series in January was already a little better. 4th place, and the TWCL, I just mentioned it, consolation final against LawLiet. He lost that series 3-4. On the other side, LawLiet, one of the new guys in the scene, 25 years old. His biggest accomplishment was, of course, WCA, the bronze medal. The recent results, a lot of second places. That would be awesome today to achieve, to get into the playoffs, but he is struggling today. He's not the LawLiet that we saw. He lost to Reprisal and... who else was it? Do you remember, guys? Bainey, maybe?
Oh, putting me on the spot right now.
We will find out. We have the game. We have the Night of Mirror. And the first map is Secret Valley.
Yep, and the favorite unit of LawLiet is not available here. And the favorite unit, by that I mean the Zeppelin. He makes such great use of that neutral cargo ship. More so than pretty much any other Night Elf player in Mirror that we currently can see. But then again, of course, on the other side, it's Moon. The Zeppelin is one of the things that made him so famous. The other one was against Todd, stealing the worker and getting a Blood Mage third with Flamestrike, of course. We all remember that game on Twisted Meadows, on Moon Meadows. But also his Zeppelin micro, his Archer drops and Archer savings absolutely were rocking around the world, I guess, back then, when Warcraft 3 still had a bigger player pool and maybe a bit more attention in the grand scheme of the esports landscape. But yeah, enough of the Zeppelin. It's not going to be an issue this game. Question is, Neo, are we going to be seeing double bears? I think LawLiet is confident going into the bear mirror. I don't know that Moon is.
Well, we saw Moon play a lot of different strategies at WCA. Some with expansion plays, some with a Demon Hunter solo. But it seems like he wasn't too confident in his talent play in Mirrors. Of course, versus Orc, that's a different story. But I don't see him going for something else. Maybe I think LawLiet would be the one to go for talents or mass range or something. But on Secret Valley, with the fountains, I think bears are... they both go for bears.
We saw Moon playing a lot of Demon Hunter solo with sometimes expansions as well at WCA. Currently, I'm not too sure what his preferences are, but of course we're gonna be finding out very, very shortly. But yeah, I think in Bear Mirror, LawLiet has to be the favorite, and I think it's no secret that Moon loves his talents, so I think he's gonna try to make him work everywhere he can. And on Secret Valley, we do actually sometimes see the talents with the Naga and stuff. And there is a little bit of a pause going on.
Yeah, the items for LawLiet are absolutely great. Claws of Attack +6 and the Circlet of Nobility. On the other side, we only have a Ring of Protection and the Gloves of Haste, I guess. So definitely favorable for the Demon Hunter of LawLiet here. Both, of course, going for the same hero. I would have loved to see some Potom action here, but not on that stage, I guess. That's where you rely on your best friend as a Night Elf, and that is, of course, the Demon Hunter.
Yeah, not too long ago we saw a crazy game exactly here on Secret Valley with a Potom and Mass Fairy Dragons, and almost won was that game with a Potom and the Mass Fairy Dragons, but then solo Demon Hunter level 6 Metamorphosis, and then everything dies at the same time. So
I got the statistics for the players in Night of Mirror. Oh, we have to rehost. as it seems. LawLiet has a crazy 66% win rate across more than 60 Night Elf mirrors. That is incredibly great. I mean, of course, the biggest competition is versus Night Elf. That goes for Europe and also Korea. But he improved so much in this matchup throughout the past 5 months or so. It's incredible.
Yeah, I have to agree. It seemed like, especially in the series you saw against Shihi, he just knew the best answers to everything.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to restart the save game, by the way. Yeah, it seems like you just can't throw him off, you know? You can play the Podem with a Dark Ranger, you can expand, you can try to drop him. It seems like he always knows what's exactly right to do in the Night Elf Mirror.
But I guess on Secret Valley here, you mentioned it, his tools are kind of hidden from him. You can't really do it. Like Zeppelin, Shredder action. He also goes a lot for Zappers to bomb the Tree of Eternity. Also not possible. So that's gonna be maybe the most boring map here, Secret Valley, but also the map that Moon has to take, I feel.
You think if he plays on 2 more maps with the Zeppelin, it's gonna be so unlikely for him to win those both?
It definitely favors LawLiet.
Interesting point. I can see where that you feel that way. Reprisal, by the way, we just got information. 1 against Minyuk, 2-1. So now he has 5 wins and 1 loss. So he's looking really, really strong. Is this already him through? Almost,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, with 5 wins.
Must be.
2-1, you said?
Yep, 2-1.
Okay. Gonna update that real quick.
Yeah, I think we're both on the same page here. LawLiet is the favorite, but I also felt the same way for Lun versus Moon. And first game, Moon getting demolished, but then coming back strong again.
Today is the day of surprises, definitely.
Yeah.
So Minyuk had some upsets here and there, but we can join. Some upsets here and there, but in the end, he doesn't seem strong enough to make it into the playoffs. I think it's 2-4.
Are you in the game?
No, I can't join. Can you?
I mean, neither. No.
He's
And the other guys
channel.
are
I think it's not
still
hosted
in
yet.
here as well.
Yeah. Reprisal 5-1. Okay, it's a little easier for him because he only had to practice like 1 matchup, basically, or 2.
Yep.
And the other guys had to prepare, especially for him. And there's basically no practice partner to do against that. So he's in a great position.
I think now it should be working.
Yeah, I think so too.
I really hope we don't miss it. Yeah, it's working now.
That will wait for us, and we're in.
Excellent.
Okay, 1 guy is missing, but then we're good to go.
So yeah, Reprisal, pretty much the first one to come through. And Moon could be drawing very close himself now, with of course him being 3-1. And with a victory, he would be getting that 4th win under his belt. If LawLiet wins, he's gonna be drawing equal with Moon, and it's gonna be 3-2 for both. And still up there, man, is actually Bainey. I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth. I thought this guy was gonna get destroyed, but I guess we were underrating him.
I mean, we saw him. We saw him in some cups, and on the European Cups he wasn't that great. But Bainey actually has 3 cups in the Indra Cup, 3 wins in the Indra Cup. That shows you that he's quite strong when it comes to Korean competition.
But sometimes those Indra Cups are not very stacked. So yeah, he's definitely a player to be able to win such an online cup. Oh, Immediately the game continues, by the way. But I would have never expected him to be so strong
Nope.
in a round-robin format with so many good players.
Me neither. So, Demon Hunter both a level 2, slight advantage for LawLiet. We mentioned the inventories. They are great for LawLiet, not that great for Moon. And yeah, these guys spend a lot of time together. They practiced a lot together when we were in Yinchuan at practice, like a PC bank or like an internet cafe. Moon just wrecked LawLiet in practice sessions. But what are practice sessions worth when it comes to real competition? The day after, I think Moon had a 14-0 streak against LawLiet in practice sessions, and then the day after they had to face each other, and LawLiet won and made it through the group stage. So that doesn't say too much. It's very, very close, and predictions are very hard. But we see the tier 2 tech almost finished for LawLiet. The Huntress Hall is there, same as for Moon. He built some Huntress actually to have a little more stable early game.
By the way, both players going for the Hunter's Hall. 1 second. Alright. So, is this gonna be just a mind game, or is this gonna be pointing towards the Bears? We have... Oh, I thought that was the longbow upgrade, but no, it wasn't. I was like getting excited here. Oh, is this gonna be Mass Ancients of War? But no. Just more Huntresses coming out.
Oh,
and
Moon.
dropping a bit low. There's no Boots of Speed on him. So this should be a forced TP. Oh, is he gonna play with fire here? Huntress is coming, should be able to block for him, and he doesn't have to use the TP.
Well done. Or the big Invo potion that he just found, which is of course a great item, especially later. You can't get entangled, you can't get slowed from the Naga, and still deal the great amount of damage that we're used from him. This is the Keeper of the Grove for Moon. This is the Keeper of the Grove for LawLiet. This is a mirror as mirrory as it gets. Both go for the double Ancient of Lore, and this is gonna be Bear Mirror. But LawLiet seems to be surrounded there. Does he have to use the town portal? Yes, he's stuck. He can't get out. What a nice pickup for Moon. Can he fight out? I don't think so. No, he was playing with fire, but in the end, it was extinguished by the town portal. So losing that town portal right before tier 2, or after he hit tier 2, that is expensive.
You don't always have to buy back the town portal. You of course have to be more careful with your positioning and with your commitment when you don't have one. But you don't have to fear the Zeppelin bear drop into your main, because again there's no Goblin Laboratory here. So I could definitely see LawLiet not rebuying that one. And he should be feeling pretty good going into the late game, because when he hits 50 supply with the bears, his army is most likely gonna be better than that of Moon, because he still has 300s remaining, and those units fall off really, really hard in the late game.
Indeed. Level 3 for LawLiet, level 3 after this creep spot for Moon. He has a Ring of Protection +3, that is +5 armor already, which is of course a lot. On the other side we have a Ring of Regeneration, which is a nice item during creep, because it gives you a little more HP. But on a map where there's 2 fountains, I don't think it's too necessary. Also, in Mirrors, super duper exciting or important updates. Upgrades for the Bears. We see the 1-0 for LawLiet already. On Moon's side, we see 2 upgrades queued in. The 1-1 will be there soonish. We have Dryads on the battlefield. Keeper of the Grove reaches level 2 now as well, and that gives him the Thorns aura.
He lost the Huntress to creeps, by the way, Moon did. This might be intentional, because they're, as I said before, falling off really hard. But usually you really don't deny them before 50 supply. So I think that was just a mistake from Moon, and that should not be happening at this level. But I guess some mistakes are starting to come in. By the way, Boots of Quel'Thalas, great find for LawLiet. On the other side, on the other Drake, what's it gonna be? Of course, we say this over and over, but it still remains true. The Scourge Bone Chimes are the dream. Chances are low though, and it is. Robe of the Magi, good, but not Jin.
That's right. It's okay for the Keeper, so he has more damage and can do one more Entangle. but it's not the greatest thing that he could have found. And let's see, LawLiet going for the next big creep spot. He is the one who perfectionizes creep routes, and you see it. He goes for all the big items, and he's so quick in doing so. Medallion of Courage, also not that great, but a few more hit points, a few more mana points on the Keeper is not that bad, but of course he was hoping for something else. And you see the difference. You see in how fast LawLiet is, and Moon cannot catch up with the creeping here.
Getting that Ogre Lord is gonna be a big one. Is LawLiet gonna be up there in time to disrupt this creeping? No. He is content with just keeping on creeping. He has no invulns at the moment, no TP. So committing to a fight with those limited options to save your heroes is really dangerous. And yeah, they're pretty much sharing the entirety of the map, creeping one half each, and oh, that's a really good one. Katka's Pipe of Insight. Not only hero mana regen, extra mana regen for the heroes, but also for the bears, which are so reliant on the rejuvenation.
Indeed, it's a great pickup. On the other side, the Demon Hunter sold his boots to get a town portal, level 4 for him. He still has the amount of archers. He's at 47 food now. Upgrades for him 1-0. For Moon 1-1 as mentioned before. But I think he's further away from Master Bears. Tier 3 is finished for both. LawLiet has Master Bears already. Moon on the other side. Okay, he has Master as well. But no bear on the battlefield.
There are 2 bears though for Moon in his main. He's starting to get them right now.
Oh, there we go.
Dawn's Aura level 2 for both players, by the way. These are the little nuances, guys. I know it's not that much, but it can make a difference. And it seems like both players are on the same page, where the Keeper of the Grove at least is concerned. They were not on the same page with the Huntresses, but right now Moon did start denying them. Killed one of them, so only one is remaining. So he's going to be able to get more of those so desired bears. Upgrades, we said before, important, and they are absolutely the same. Currently 1-1 on both sides, but more upgrades are coming for LawLiet, who is right now taking an aggressive stance, but fighting into the Ancient of War next to your opponent's main, where the Moonwells and the shop are located, and the production is right next to him. It's always a disadvantage, obviously, and yeah, he decided not to go for it. And this is oftentimes where we can go into the stalemate situation. And I had a huge spike there.
Yeah, me too.
Crap.
I was a little scared that everything crashes, but it's all goody now. Okay.
By the way, level 4 Demon Hunter for LawLiet, so that's a bit of an advantage. And also his inventory is looking really nicely. For Moon, interestingly, he's keeping the rings, even the ring +3, which gives a lot of gold and oftentimes doesn't seem to be worth the effect when you compare it to the gold.
Well, if you tank a lot, then these items are great, and since in Night of Mirror you do a lot with A-click, you can control it a bit, that you can tank a lot. So it might not be the worst choice, but yeah, that's of course a clash of 2 Demon Hunters. We have plus 19 damage on LawLiet. On the other side, it's just pure defense here.
He just sold the ring, by the way. Got invisibility, he's scouting right now, and also a scroll of healing. But he got the greater invul on his demon. That's a big advantage he has. One of those huge consumable combat items. LawLiet doesn't have any of those. He's going onto the middle of the map. Still below upkeep for both players, but LawLiet already getting quite the bank and getting more upgrades as well. He's up by 1 upgrade, I do believe, currently. Yes, exactly. But Moon is trying to equalize. We see more upgrades coming for him as well. But now a fight might be inbound.
So far, I think it looks good for LawLiet. The Demon Hunter will pack a punch, as you mentioned. And more bears are coming, but still keeping them under 50 food. More upgrades is coming. The 3rd attack upgrade is already queued for the Youngblood, while Moon is still trying to catch up with the 2nd attack upgrade. So in every single little regard, LawLiet is 1 step ahead.
He does have only 4 bears against 5, though. I'm not sure why. Maybe he just has that many more wisps. Ah, no, 5th one is coming right now. I wonder where that one was. So, yeah, it's completely even. Wisp count is even. Upgrades are about to be even soon. Heroes are almost even. And, yeah, it seems like no player wants to take a fight because it's all so even.
Yeah, well, LawLiet has the 3-2 upgrade coming, and that is a huge, huge damage boost. And of course super expansive, so it won't be that easy for Moon to catch up with it, since he has not that much lumber. Okay, that's because he just queued the 3rd upgrade as well. So there is a little timing window where LawLiet can capitalize from the upgrade advantage here. But yeah, of course, the stakes are super high for both players. Moon is 3-1, does not want to lose this. LawLiet is 2-2. If he wins this game, he equalizes. If Moon wins, he's pretty sure that he's through to the playoffs. So we're waiting for the first big fight in this one.
A Wisp for Moon is moving out to the North Gold Mine. Is this going to be an expansion? That seems like a big risk to take. Nah, not yet. Maybe just having it in position, and when you have an advantage once, maybe then you go for the Expo. But so far there is no advantage.
He's scouting for his opponent expansion as well.
Oh, there's still a few creeps here, by the way.
Yeah. Just a bit of experience.
And he's going up there. He has the TP, so he can TP out if he so desires. But LawLiet is far away, and there is the expansion for Moon.
And look at this, the game senses of LawLiet, sending 2 Dryads and see, oh, there's something up. So let's kill that one. And he does. Moon is far away from his base. Does LawLiet know about this? I guess, because he's scouted it with a Wisp. So it's time for him to go for the tree. Moon, knowing that LawLiet loves to go for base races, everything is sealed off. You can't enter the base with bears, but of course you can kill the Moonwells and keep your opponent's supply stuck and then strike with a huge arm.
And LawLiet was here first, was here quicker, so he can deal more damage to the buildings, but the Moonwells for Moon are kind of protected by the Hunter's Hall. We have 2 Moonwells killed in Moon's base. 3rd one is gonna follow, but also LawLiet is taking a lot of damage in return. Who is gonna TP first? Who is gonna lose the game of chicken? It's gonna be Moon. He's TPing home. LawLiet is trying to go for the tree kill. Is he gonna be able to get it? Wisp repair coming in, but only 2. Only now the rest of the Wisps are coming in. Is this too late? Is this too late? Yeah, it is. And now LawLiet is TPing out. Tree of Eternity is gone.
And he saves that bear, and he is also, not only that he's the only one mining in this game, he has a supply advantage. What a huge move from LawLiet. That's how he won Rust Brain Cup number 2 against Warchief Ridge. Also an awesome mirror player. But these kind of goes is exactly what makes him so strong in the game. He knows exactly, okay, I have this amount of bears, I can go for the tree. And Moon now in a do or die position. He has to get a counter, but look, there's still 4 Moonwells remaining with a good amount of Moon Juice. They are all completely full. Reju has been used, level 4 and a bit on the Demon Hunter here. How are the heroes looking for Moon? Level 4 and 3 as well. There's still a heal scroll for Moon. 2 actually. On the other side, only 1. So here we go.
Fight starts out, and of course big advantage for LawLiet being right next to his Moonwells. The Concave is good for him. All of his bears are attacking. For Moon they're a little late, and now we even have the protection scroll, and there's no Wisps here to detonate, and the Demon Hunter already dropping really low. Maybe has to use the Inwall. Yes, he does. Has to use it already, but he's getting rid of a few of those bears, but now he's starting to lose some of his own as well. But at the north, Moon's flank is
definitely better. The Keeper of the Grove is in problems. Demon Hunter chasing him, but the Moonwells once again great. The Demon Hunter, oh, entangle on the Demon Hunter, but he gets the Keeper of the Grove! And Moon loses this game. Keeper dead, and LawLiet takes the 1-0.
That was a little bit weird with Skype. I was gone, I guess, at some point.
Yeah. But doesn't matter.
Perfect timing. Thank you, Skype.
That was okay.
But again, LawLiet doing what he did against Shihi. It's an even game. Maybe he has a bit of an advantage, and then he forces his opponent to all in and attack into him in his base. And so far, he has not lost one of those single all-in attacks.
That's what makes a lot of these games from the 66% win rate. It's incredible how he just feels when he can go for the tree. It's crazy.
But you know, 3 attack bears with roar.
Yeah.
it is kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, in the end there was no chance for Moon to come back into this. He was an upgrade low. His heroes weren't that great. There was no chance of mining ever again in this game. So, the right call to go for the desperate attack. But yeah.
But it's kind of strange because I think we have seen so many games in the recent past when it comes down to Night of Mirror where that actually happens, and it seems like Night of players have not really adapted to it and changed their kind of build orders or just like Town Portal maybe a little quicker to be there in time to save the tree. Because I see LawLiet sniping Tree of Eternities like all over the place
Yeah.
nowadays. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nothing new. You're absolutely right. We see that all the time. I guess he maybe was thinking, you want to force me back, but I can deal the same amount of damage, but he really couldn't. And yeah, I think you're right. The base layout is a huge deal.
Can I leave you guys alone for a second? I'll be right back. Just like 1 minute or so.
Are you in the game?
I'm
Yeah,
in the
you are,
game,
right?
yes.
Okay. So Ancient Isles is gonna be map number 2, and that is exactly where LawLiet before pulled off that ingenious move against Shishi. He had the Zeppelin with the bears with a lot of attack upgrades again, and then he wanted to drop into the main base of his opponent. But Shishi was expecting this and was parking his main army next to his main tree. Not like completely surrounding it, but close to it, you know? But what LawLiet did was his Demon Hunter bought an invisibility potion, went towards the main of Shishi, blocked the entrance between the Moonwells so the bears couldn't get in. Yeah, and Shishi couldn't use Reveal because he used 2 Dryads to kill the Wisp at the laboratory, and only then he dropped in. And the shop, I think, had been destroyed before or something like that, so he couldn't buy a Dust of Appearance. So he couldn't move through to the Tree of Eternity. He killed it, he TP'd out, and again he forced Shishi to all in into his base, and again he won that fight. So
That's
Moon
amazing. This
has
was
to know about
NWL?
that. What was it? Was it NWL or was it TWCL?
Crazy. I haven't seen
I'm
it,
not
but
sure.
just from hearing that story, it's so amazing.
Yeah, Neo and I, we were blown away. I had never seen that before. Like, Invisible Demon Hunter between the Moonwells blocking the way, and the Dryads killed the Wisp, so there was no reveal. That was pretty damn sweet.
That's so beautiful, yeah. But yeah, I think LawLiet shines whenever you can have like a laboratory with a Zeppelin in Night of Mirror. I think this is just where he shines. Because he's also doing this crazy kind of exploit where you like have your army in the Zeppelin, or you just start loading in and you have your Demon Hunter with Staff of Preservation, and then you staff out your entire army with Demon Hunter going into the Zeppelin at the very last second.
Yeah, and
He
if you're
likes
really
to do that
ballsy,
as
you
well.
don't buy a TP on your DH,
Yeah.
but that's super risky.
But he's doing this so many times, and he knows how it works, so he can actually trigger it, and it works all the time when he does it. It's crazy. He's like not even afraid to use it in the heat of the battle, and it's so successful.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
that's of course one of those sweet little moves that we would like to see. And Neo is back for map number 2.
That's right. Focus, by the way, won 2-0 against Remind.
All right,
That's the
Remind,
info that I got.
unfortunately, continuing to disappoint today.
Indeed, but Focus is back. After a sloppy start, he has a 4-2 score now. But we still don't know how Baney versus Remind ended up, so I don't know. Yeah, we are here. Ancient Isles, I think you talked about the map.
Yep, I talked about especially that little move we saw of LawLiet versus Shishi. That brilliant move with the Invisible Demon Hunter. But Moon, I am pretty damn sure he at least saw the game, or at least knows about what his opponent did. So I don't think he's going to fall for that trap again. But maybe LawLiet has a different trick up his sleeve. Of course, it's going to be double Demon Hunters once again. Moon, after that game number 1, I mean, he didn't fall behind early, but in the end, he did lose convincingly. Do you think he's still confident going into Bears?
You really want to see him play Talons, huh?
I would really like to see him play Talons. Yeah, I would.
I like the idea, especially with a super early tier 2 if you place the Entrance of Wind right next to the tavern. Because then, of course, the path to the main base is super short and you can just continue to push and push and push. But it's also super risky. And I don't think that he wants to do it that way. On the other side, the laboratory is super close to the main base. I see all kinds of shenanigans here. Zappers, Zeppelin drops, Shredder fights, everything.
Yeah, that's definitely something we have to look out for. But on Ancient Isles, Moon, just today against Czech, he did play the Talons. And in a crazy base race game, he did take it in the end. 2-0, actually.
Alright.
So he might possibly want to go for that again. LawLiet, I think he's going to go for the Bears. I think he's going to go for the Bears and the Zeppelin and stick to what is really working really well for him.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to change anything. I mean, he won so many series against Night Elf with his tricks. No one figured him out already. Well, a lot of people know what to do, but their reactions is still not accounted to that. We saw Shishi, who got wrecked because LawLiet is always one step ahead in Night Elf Mirror. So, creeping on the Demon Hunter, both very close to level 2. LawLiet going for the bigger spot here without Engine of War support. He only wants to go for the item and get a claw or something.
Yeah, stacking that Demon Hunter is of course super strong, especially before the Master Bears are out. And second claws of attack, that's a good start. But now he might be in trouble. The Demon Hunter is coming in. He might be forced to use the TP. He's really playing with fire here. 15 HP only remaining. But he's not gonna be forced to use the Town Portal.
Oh, that is 20 HP missing, man. That was just a split second or the Demon Hunter would have been there. But the inventory is already a lot better. Plus, he had a decent amount of HP on his first hero that Moon first has to come up with. But, yeah, he dragged the Overseer out of his position so he can creep a little easier with the 3 talents. This time, we don't see an early Hunter Soul
he's
for Moon.
Gonna try to steal it. And his Demon Hunter is way stronger at the moment. The Sheep is blocking him, unfortunately. Who's gonna get the Overseer? It's gonna be LawLiet and the item as well. Another circlet.
Perch on
Jesus
the
Christ.
Demon!
And he
Perch
forces
on
the
the
TP.
Exactly. What a great early game for the 25-year-old WCA bronze medalist. The perfect time. Of course, there was a huge help with 2 claws, but now he's almost level 3. He has plus 14 damage. Moon used his Town Portal and his inventory is almost empty. He's one entire level behind in a mirror match. He has to fight this uphill the rest of the game.
And, buddy, we got 6 archers and no Hunter Soul. You know what that means? We're gonna have...
Talents.
We're gonna have bears? Actually, there is a Hunter Soul, so... This is weird. Going for so many archers and the Hunter Soul? He's gonna have a level 3 demon here, and with these items and level 3, which means, of course, level 2 mana burn, this is gonna be absolutely sick. By the way, Moon...
Oh, he missed the trap! He missed the trap, did you see it? He
was setting it up with the archers, but he didn't get it. But he might still be able to get the kill. Look at the mana burn damage, but there's actually no boost of speed here. So the Naga, is she gonna get away? She's being slowed. Nah, she's not gonna get away. The claws of attack, man, just too sick, and the mana burn finishes her off in style. Moon at the same time was creeping, and look at how low his DH is, and he doesn't have a TP.
Oh boy.
But LawLiet is not gonna go chasing. But now there's such a huge army knocking on the front door of Moon's main, and the shop is gonna be the first one to fall. And how do you deal with this demon, man?
No idea. No staff, no potions, no tier 2 buildings, no nothing. LawLiet is occupying all the space here. If Moon tries to set anything up, it will be cancelled immediately. So the only option that he has is tier 3. Okay, Demon Hunter is back, but there's a level difference and so much damage. He's going for the Naga. He wants to go for a Hail Mary, but the Demon Hunter is dropping so low. All the Moon juice has been gone. The Naga dies though, but LawLiet is secure to dive into the main base. Don't know if that's the right decision. It seems to be the right decision. Ring around the gold mine, but it's not enough. It hits him, and now the Naga will be the second kill at LawLiet. I have no better word but raping Moon on SV, finishing him off in 6 minutes.
That was a perfect game. He got to the middle. Of course, we have to say the item drops were pretty damn insane. He got double claws and stole the circlet. But he goes towards the middle, kills the Gnoll, kills the little warden, then retreats, and he has like a 2-second window. If he stays 2 seconds longer, he has to use the TP. So absolutely picture perfect timing and decision making. And then he gets the last hit on the null, which is kind of lucky. Then there is the purge, which is kind of lucky. But then Moon going for the creeping of the Goblin Laboratory, that seemed like a big risk to take, man. Maybe he thought he was so far behind, he had to take a risk. I guess that's understandable if that's your thinking, but when it doesn't work, which it didn't, you just lose from that point.
Yeah, but it spiraled out of control way earlier. He was denying one of that Augur Warriors, the Augur Warrior close to that orange camp, or at the orange camp actually. And he denied that one with the Ancient of War. This is the reason why he had to do the green camp inside his main base to get up to level 2. In the meantime, LawLiet already was able to kill the Gnoll Warden. So he was already behind, and then it escalated from there. And I don't think it's lucky that he gets that Gnoll Warden, because like timing was already off, and then with the additional damage from the claws, you easily get that one as a last hit. So it was spiraling out of control from that Ancient of War deny like minute 2, where you actually just wasted that, or you didn't get the XP, and then from there you were like behind already, like just by timings. And this is the reason why LawLiet just destroyed him completely.
So this is so intense. We have Reprisal on top with 4-1. Behind that we have Moon, Focus, LawLiet with 3-2. Then we have Bainey with 2-2, who's playing check at the moment. And then we have Lun, Minyuk, and Remind with 2-3. Everything is so tight here in this.
And it's like still 2 games, right?
3 games for everybody.
3 more.
3 games, so everything is still open. Like everybody can still make it. I think Reprisal is almost through. If he gets like this 5th win, he's like 100%. He should be safe.
Yeah.
He has 5 wins already.
He already has.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that he is through.
Yeah, I think so.
So which one are we going to be doing next? Is it going to be LawLiet versus Lin, which was the plan in the beginning, or are we going to be...
I think so. That's definitely the most interesting match.
Yeah.
LawLiet versus Lin.
Bainey Reprisal would be kind of cool to see, but on the other hand, since Reprisal is already through, for LawLiet and Lin, it really depends like who is winning that. If LawLiet wins, I think he's in a good spot. After winning against Moon, when he wins against Lin, he is at 4-2. And on the other hand, if Lin loses that one, he's probably out. Like, not 100% out, but it's not looking good for him then anymore.
That's true. So, Bainey is still playing check, as it seems. And we need an update for that. But okay, we're gonna do a small break, I guess. The players are vetoing already, so it's gonna be quick. And you have the updated brackets here and with just a second. And we try to do our best to keep Liquipedia up to date as well, but it's kind of overwhelming at the moment, so please excuse if we are not updating this the moment it happens. But for the stream, this will be fine, and that's everything that matters. Alright, quick commercial break, and then we'll be back. LawLiet versus Lin. Game, playday number 7 it is already.